Hello, human beings. 'Tis I, the Paper Jaffe. It's good to see ya. There's a bunch of, not a bunch, there's three main, a bunch is three, fuck you. There's three main videos I wanted to go over before the week kicks off so I could be up to date. I've also talked about streaming these, so I figured we would do it, and if you want to watch them. If you haven't seen them, these are the deep dives into Silent Hill. We got about a 27-minute Silent Hill gameplay, similar time games for Avowed and Space Marine 2. And then heads up tomorrow, the embargo lifts on Star Wars. I will be streaming responses to that in the morning. And then I'm hoping tomorrow, I don't know when it goes live. I'm hoping it goes live tomorrow night, like 9 o'clock, so I can actually stream it and play it. But if not, I'll be playing it the next day, of course. I'm quite interested in that game. We'll see how it is. I'm expecting good things on this video game, on the Star Wars video game, just because I've talked to a few people who have played it, and they're like, no, it's actually, it's pretty good. And I know the original previews were kind of like, not so much. But it sounds like they've turned a corner. The previews were better. This stream is sponsored by Torres Holistics. It's really not, but this is some chill. I don't know. I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm not going to smoke. Maybe I should smoke. I don't know. Nah, let's watch the shit. It's better to watch it without being high. I'll smoke later in the week. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's also sponsored by Twix. Fuck you, Bukaki Dryback. Yeah, zing. Here we go. So I haven't seen this. The one thing I will say about this... Sorry, I'm eating. I'll stop. Whatever. The one thing I'll say about this is... I've not played Silent Hill 2. I've tried to play it. A little creaky, a little antiquated for me. So I figured I'll wait for the new one. But I know that these guys seem to be very... deferential to Silent Hill 2, Team Bloober, to the point that one of the biggest knocks against this coming out of Gamescom is it looks great and everything, but it's so by the numbers what you expect that are you really going to be able to create horror with that mentality? So and then it's funny because I've seen a lot of fans online push back and go, we don't want them to change anything. We want it to be the exact same thing. So I don't know if this is a game that people are actually looking for Team Bloober to surprise you, or you're okay knowing where all the scares are and you just want a nicer, prettier version of it. I have no clue. But that said, I've not seen it and I want to see it. PK, hello, buddy. He says, do you think watching too many gameplay videos before a game releases ruins the game? You know, I don't. I mean, I think it depends on the kind of game you're talking about. Certainly an action game, no. Certainly a mechanics-based game, no. I mean, a game like this, I guess... But I play so many fucking video games that it's not like I remember half of it. I mean, here's what I would say. If you want to go in pure, that's always better, I guess. But you know, it's not my. I don't live my life that way. Okay, how about that? How about that? But I know a lot of people do, and I respect that. But fuck it. I mean, at this point in my life, man, a Marvel movie comes out. I'm on the internet that same day going, what are the end sequences, the post-credit sequences? What are the cameos? I don't give a fuck anymore. But, you know, a lot of people do, and I get it. I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Silent Hill. Wayne B just wants modern controls. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Sounds like somebody's starting peeing. Hello, Jojo D. I would imagine Star Wars is going to run a lot better than Black Myth on a standard computer, 100%. So this is no commentary from the people who played it. This is from VGC, Video Games Chronicle, and they played about 30 minutes of it. hope there's not tons of cutscenes. I will say that.
Mary.
Outlaws for PC. I'll be getting it for PC.
Would you really be in this town?
Because I want to play it on GeForce because the visuals. Let's make sure we're running it at 1080 at least. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think it looks fucking excellent. Let me turn it down a little. But that's my question to you, is that do you look at this and go, I want this...
restless dreams, I see that town.
Like, how different do you want this to be?
Silent Hill.
Or are you happy with just
promised you'd
controls
take me there again
and an
someday.
upgrade, like visual upgrade?
But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I like how the leaves on the ground just vanish, though. I hate to be a picky fucker, but look at the leaves. They're just kind of disappearing. They just fade and fade.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary.
I mean, it's a horror thing, so maybe it's scary.
My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
Trump derangement syndrome.
So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
But see, even that though, even that though, I wonder. I'll start it back up again. But even that though, I really wonder if you're going to remake it, because it's called a remake. I get that the letter's a little bit more romantic, but it's almost like having be woken up at 2 a.m. and there's a voicemail on his phone, or he can barely hear her. It's just weird that it's like, I'm going to write you a letter and tell you, yeah, I'm your dead wife from 3 years ago. It's just, it's sort of in modern sensibilities. It just seems when you see it presented this way, so professionally, and it looks good, and it's, you know, it's you're older and you're just like, that's weird. A letter? Anyway. J-Saw says, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Jaffe, I just played the game Dante's Inferno for 360, but I wanted to ask what exactly about it inspired you to copy it and make God of War. Well, I think, J-Saw, it was... So I was fucking your mother, and she says to me she likes to scream out the names of men that she knows you will never grow into, like in terms of like, you know, great people who have walked the earth. And she starts screaming out Dante, Dante. And at first I think she's going, oh, Devil May Cry. She's a video game fan. But turns out, no, she's talking about the writer, of course, of Dante's Inferno. And in that kind of got my brain pan spinning. And after I got the money off the dresser from your mom, I went to Denny's, which is 24/7, as you know, and I started working on the design. So that is what I would say, J-Sauce. And I appreciate the super chat, sir, and the condescending question. Okay, here we go. No, I know it was before the modern internet. I'm just saying that now, that's what I'm saying. How much of a remake do you want, and how much of a, like, just a graphical upgrade? That kind of looks like my very first car I ever had. I mean, I'm just asking. I'm going to ask the question. You get this game, you load it up. Is that compelling to just walk that slow? right? I mean, are you having fun or are you engaged just walking that fucking slow? I'm not being a dick. I'm asking, seriously. Like, is it boring? Or are you like, no, it built... Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Fuck you, Bukaki. Yeah, I got him. But honestly, JSauce, truth be told, I played Dante's Inferno for the first time about a year and a half ago, and I absolutely fucking loved it. I haven't finished it, of course, but I played about about 8 hours of it, and it was fucking excellent. So I want to go back and finish it. It's really great. I told you Bukaki couldn't keep his nice guy shtick up anymore. Every now and then it might seep through the facade or the cracks, but no. I mean, seriously, fellas, this is the game so far. Is this fun? Is this what you would go as so far as to call slow burn? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's slow burn. Hello, Film Gamer X. There's a chainsaw in this game? Is there? Let's put Art the Clown in this game. See what happens then. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary. I mean, it does look absolutely gorgeous, though. It's beautiful. Well, maybe that's wrong. That's not absolutely... It looks absolutely gorgeous for Silent Hill. I don't think it's the best looking game, especially after playing Wukong a bunch this week. They did not remake Silent Hill yet. They actually asked Bloober Team about that, and they said Konami has plans for that particular version. I don't know if they meant they're going to make another movie, or I have no idea. Jojo D, the last time you were fully immersed in a game? That's a really interesting question. When was the last time I was immersed? Fully, I mean, fully's a, ooh. I mean, I guess I get the slow burn because it makes the shit scarier, right? When it does happen. I get it. I'm not an idiot. Well, maybe, but still. I really do want to play this game. I'm excited for this game. Hey, False Reality. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to Diets to the Soldiers. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Everybody, welcome False Reality. Very kind of you to be here. Who is that lady in your icon? Isn't she one of the Capcom fighting characters? Isn't that a fighting character from Capcom's, the monster one? The Night Stalkers? You goddamn right, Jojo D. Yeah, I guess I get it. I get the slow burn. Because when that guy crawled out from under the car, that was cool. That was nice. I gotta say, though, this character, what's his name? Shinko. Darkstalkers, right. Yeah. I used to love playing that game, and I loved playing Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo, too. Because she was in that. I think this guy, James, though, is just such a dullard. I think is what it is. Ooh, I love these monsters so much. That's cool. Honestly, Bobo, I love Jojo D's stuff that he makes. I don't get a chance to watch all of it because he makes so much of it. But whenever I see one, I think it's quite clever. Although I don't think I look very good when he makes me talk with those weird horse teeth. I don't like that very much, but it is kind of funny. Eddie T, I agree. It looks way, way better now, this game, than it did. The voice crack while swinging? Huh. I need to change the emoji things. Which ones? Like the yearly badges or just all of them? Probably all of them, huh? The janitor came in the other day drunk and in tears. Had half a record with him. Why? Kept yelling, we have to fix it somehow. What an idiot. I was willing to do it just to shut him up. So I got to get the glue from the cabinet, but then he realized he only had the one half. What a moron. Can't do much about the record with only one half. Maybe ask around at Nellie's next time you're there. It's a record. Anyway, whatever. I hate him. False Reality, I don't know if the devs listened. I mean, what did they listen to? I think they were just making the game, right? It's not like it was Sonic the Hedgehog and then suddenly the internet complained and they fixed it. It just was really early, right? And to be fair, Bloober has earned their reputation as a mostly miss, every now and then hit studio. So, and they've even said, I thought they've been interesting articles where they say, they know they have a lot to prove. They know a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in what they're doing. I think that's cool that, they know their reputation's on the line, but I'm not entirely sure I would agree, False Reality, that they listen to the consumer. I mean, it's just don't make it shitty, right? Like, I mean, this is the stupidest puzzle. Gee, what should I do? Maybe I should combine it with the other one and the glue. This puzzle's pretty stupid. I mean, I get it. You can't really do like a real puzzle anymore. I get it. At least except in Indiana Jones, but it's like, what should I do? I don't know what I should do here. I get it. It's the first puzzle, but still. Oh, make better trailers. False Reality. I gotcha. Yeah. Eddie T, yeah, they were complaining. The developer was complaining that Konami was putting out this like action footage or something that really was not what the game was. That's true. I'm not a hater. I'm just, I demand, excellence. As should we all, man. That was it? That was the puzzle? Yeah, we could hear the record play? That fog's pretty great, though. See, I'm not a hater. That fog's pretty great, seriously. Fog porn, that's right. I'm sure fog's porn is someone. Yeah, see, that's the tricky part when I watch the footage like this, which is... It looks really good, but so much has advanced and changed since Silent Hill 2 that if you are slavish to the formula, it just kind of looks pretty typical. I love those monsters, though. Those guys are awesome. So fucking weird. Like, so almost like as a, not a historical piece, but as a a piece of fandom. It's cool. It's like, oh, it's so authentic to Silent Hill 2, but it also seems pretty by the numbers right now. But, you know, you get eaten alive if you do that, of course. You maybe what they should have done has been like, okay, we're going to add 30% of our own shit, but we're going to have a version called like whatever, like, you know, I don't know what you're going to call it, but some version where it's like, okay, this is us giving our spin for modern horror as we see it based on this game. But then we're also going to say, okay, but the core game that you can play right off the bat is totally the game you know and love, but it's upgraded and all that stuff. But I will say so far, well, I don't know, false reality. Oh, you're saying Twitter would be unbearable if they did their own thing. Sure, unless it was great. But yeah, you're right. No, I know they're tough. I know remakes are tough. I get it, but it just, you know, I think you gotta push, man. And maybe they are. Maybe they're like, look, we're not going to show you all the stuff that we've added, but you goddamn right, Bukaki. Well, you could use your board with nails on it, possibly.
Hey, wait.
To grab the keys, but just a thought.
Damn it.
Goddamn right, Lollipop. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say this is going to get like a 7 average Metacritic. I don't think people are going to love this. I think the graphics are fantastic, but it just looks so been there, done that. And it's a remake, Jaffe. I know. How much money would you need to be offered to come back and lead director of the remake? A lot of it really depends on if Shannon was there, if some of the original team members were there. You know, a nice amount and a nice back end, but nothing crazy. I mean, I think it would be fun, actually. Eddie says there has to be new content. Bloober said it's around 18 hours. I did read they added a few new puzzles and some new areas. That's true. I'm with you, Nugget. Lucky for me, he says I can't remember a damn thing about the original other than the foggy area. It'll be, it is brand new for me. You know, it's just that what I'm seeing right now after I've played so many horror games, it just seems kind of, okay. Like if it wasn't called Silent Hill, I'd go. I mean, seriously, if this wasn't called Silent Hill, would you give a shit? Maybe you would. I don't know. False Reality says Shadow of Colossus, Demon Souls. I agree with that. I didn't play the Shadow remake, but the Demon Souls game, which was brand new to me because I'd never played the original, was fucking awesome. That was a fucking awesome game. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, at least this is interesting. Like all the rest is just hallways. Okay, show me some in a cutscene. Great. Film Gamer has loved everything that he's seen. Updates and reimagining makes it feel like a brand new game while still being what made the original. I hope they remake 3 because that was fucked up. I'm wondering, did I play 3? I think I played The Room, whatever that one was. Spasbo, what are the new puzzles? I like the new puzzles, not too fond of the melee. What puzzles have you seen that are new? Like, is the record a new puzzle? Like in the jukebox? Oh, the record's new, okay. Oh, Callisto Protocol's free on Epic? That's cool. The inside layout's new, okay. I mean, I'm there day one, of course. You know, I'm there day one just because I want to play it, but... Yeah, Fall says hard to top Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. Hell yeah, those are amazing. And RE2 and RE3. I mean, there's early access digital version? Oh. Cool. I know you're annoyed. I'm happy though. How early? Like 3 days? This guy looks like the dude from Cobra Kai, Johnny Lawrence. It does look good. Somebody in the chat was saying, "What if it was first person?" I mean, that could be cool too. Wasn't there a Silent Hill in first person, or no, never. I thought the 4 was in first person, right? Or maybe Shattered Memories. There's one with the kid on the swing. I had that one on the Wii. I think that was first person, maybe? Oh, okay. Eddie T. They had some first person, I see. The free game was, yeah. Yeah, that was not good. Oh, yeah. Well, take your jacket off, you weirdo. Oh, you moron. I remember that Eddie T, the one on Vita, yeah. Well, that's a shitty predicament. If I were to replace Phil Spencer... If I were to replace Phil Spencer, my first call would be to hire Shannon Studstill. But I mean, I think what he's doing, honestly, is right on. I mean, I think consoles really are kind of dead. Not at the moment, but I think he's right to. They're setting themselves up very nicely for the future for the next 5-10 years. It depends, Twisted Sith. He says, Jaffe, be honest, if this was real life, this adventure would have ended right there. If I was looking for family members, no, I would go through hell and back. But if I was just like, hey, you want to explore? No. The sound design so far is solid. It's not like, oh my God. I mean, I think ultimately everyone's going to be third party. The idea of hardware first party is going to go away sooner than later. I wonder if that's why they call him Pyramid Head. Because he has a pyramid on his head. You could shoot his body, you moron. Oh, they never called him Pyramid Head, really? I'm torn on this. I see a lot about this that I really like and I'm excited by. And I also see a lot about this that just feels so tropey and been there, done that a million other horror games. But I mean, I'm still getting it. I'm not like... Nothing I'm seeing makes me go, I'm going to skip it. No, I'm excited for it, but... That's his other head that's shaped like a pyramid, so he takes that off, and it's actually shaped that way. That's right, Bukaki. I'd do that. I'd play that. I mean, you know.
All right. Hello, everybody.
That's, you know, all right. You know, okay. So it sounds like you guys are saying, though, that you're okay with the fact that not much has changed, which is cool. You know, False Reality says, I wish Remedy remade Silent Hill. Alan Wake 2 was amazing. I could not lose myself to Alan Wake 2. I played it for about 7, 8, 9 hours. I enjoyed it, but I just could not. The pacing was too slow. Wayne's excited. Eddie T says, I'm excited at first. I hated it. Twisted Sith, are you joking? He says, what the fuck? You were watching a video? I thought you were playing it live. No, I don't have a copy of this. Spasmo says, I like all the changes. At least it isn't the same exact game with new graphics and camera. That's true. Jaffe, did you watch Dragon Age Veilguard, the new gameplay? I haven't yet. I heard the combat's really, really good. The trailer they put out, I didn't care for, but the gameplay, I didn't get a chance to watch. All right, this is Avowed. Live gameplay demo from Gamescom. This is from GameSpot. GameSpot, yeah. Let's give it a look. Here we go.
I'm Kate Dollarhide.
30 frames a second. I don't care about that. I know a lot of people are bitching about it. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all, but I know some people are not happy about it.
I'm a narrative designer at Obsidian Entertainment.
Hi, I'm Chris Static, the community support manager here at Obsidian Entertainment.
We're so excited to show you Avowed. I'm going to be walking us through the dungeon,
I'm going to be playing the game.
so let's get into it. Let's jump in. All right, so the envoy finds themselves in a dungeon in the first region of
This
the
game is
called
30
Gonshore.
frames,
They're
Avowed.
searching for an Adherent expedition team that's gone missing. The expedition team was here looking for a holy relic that is supposedly in the keeping of the Oracle of Aethys, a man named Sargamus. And the expedition team hasn't shown up for the last few days, so let's check in with Sargamus.
Well, I'm going to pause it real quick. Eddie says, I just like how they said it's creative choice. We know damn well there's going to be a patch later. Yeah, I mean, I get what they're saying, though, it's not a lie that it's a creative choice in the sense that I'm sure they had a choice where they said, you know, the programmers are like, well, we can do everything you're asking for with the effects and the size of the level and the draw distance, but you can't run at 60. That is always a creative choice, right? I mean, that's not a lie, but I think then you really it's on the game to show, okay, I'm glad they went 30 because my God, I've never seen a game that has this much content on screen at once, but I haven't seen that.
Sargamus and see if he knows what happened to them.
I'm sure he knew something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us.
Yeah, the last of us. I get it. Whatever.
Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamus, servant of the once shining god. He whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
So you can see at the top here we have an Arcane Scholar background check. That was selected at character creation. When you play the game, you'll have an option of 5 background checks to choose from. We chose Arcane Scholar because we're playing a wizard and it just felt right. But let's check the lore, tooltips, and conversation review feature.
All right.
Chris, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course.
Thank you. All right, so on the left here we have the conversation history feature. This is going to allow us to scroll back through conversations we've already been through and just, you know, check on anything we might have missed that we wanted to confirm. And you'll notice here that the words "Once Shining God" have been highlighted. This is our lore tooltip feature. Once Shining God is a reference to the god Aethys, the god of redemption, light, rebirth. He's also Sargamus's god. So here on the left side of the screen, we have a short paragraph about who Aethys is, his context, and
False reality.
and then
This is
you can
Obsidian,
select
not
different
BioWare.
lore tooltips. So these tooltips are helpful for us to, you know, deliver lore from the world of Aora to players who are new to the setting or who are returning after a long time away, and just get everyone up to speed without bogging down the dialogue with a lot of exposition. So these are super helpful for us. And
Is that
hopefully for you.
Destro?
Let's back out of that.
No, they're working on, BioWare's
All
working
right.
on the
I'm
new
looking
Dragon
for an
Age.
Expedition of my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs, the works.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Let's select option 2. They were searching for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
The splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
Where do you keep the relic? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh, no. I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur.
Why
It is
Bukaki?
nearly complete and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
All right, I'll be back before you can say 10 praise Aethyses.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, cousin.
All right, so Sargon had quite a lot to say there, but essentially, he was saying that he didn't see the expedition team that we're looking for, but if they're looking for the relic, that might be where they are. And it just so happens...
So, sorry, hang on. Imagine if the developers focused on gameplay rather than hours of dialogue that's useless. But when you play the game, do you like that the dialogue's there, or do you just kind of like, hurry up? Or do you get into the story? I'm curious, because I usually, like Starfield, I got into the story, but most games like this, I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to skip it, but let's go, you know?
Happens that he also needs this relic to complete his statue here. His beautiful statue.
He worked really, really hard on it.
He has. He's put
He
a
has
lot of
no
stuff on
talent.
that.
It's like when my son makes things out of popsicles.
It is giving Lego. So, you made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
You're demonic. So, looks
Gotcha,
like our
okay.
quest marker is pointing us to an area down below us, but I see that Chris wants to explore a little bit, so let's look at these breakable boards. It's got a sword symbol there. Can we get the sword out?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? I don't know what I should do.
Leave those be. They protect my devices.
Oh, I don't think he liked that.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Surely he
Well-
won't hold it over us later.
Let's leave those alone for now and keep exploring. So, ooh, more breakable boards.
Ooh.
Awesome. Let's hop across this chasm. Keep heading up. So we have designed Avowed with a lot of vertical space in mind to make use of our parkour system. So it always pays when you're exploring. So have a look around and always look up. You never know what you'll find. Like this chest. Ooh, we've got an accessory.
Hey,
and
Mutant Mo is
some crafting
back.
materials.
He has returned to the fold. Thank you, buddy.
Open up the inventory screen, take a look at that.
Good to see you, bud. How's
So that's
things?
going to be Night Mistress's favor.
Everybody
This is
welcome
going
Mutant Mo
give
back to the
us
fold.
Additional essence for standing next to our companions. Essence is what spellcasters cast their spells from. It's our... I can't remember what the word is now.
It's our resource.
It's our spell resource.
Yes.
It's our spellcasting resource, of course. So, Night Mistress's favor is going to allow us to cast more spells for longer by generating additional essence when we stand next
That's
to
cool.
our friend Pat.
That's cool.
So let's look at the character screen. All right, so we have attribute points on the left.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
our
guess
character sheet
you've
on the
really
right.
got to put your head in the mentality of a game like this. Where my head's just not there right now, but certainly when you play it, yeah, I can see that. I remain excited about this game. I don't have ads on high. I have them on medium.
You will have seen the attribute points come up in conversation. We select a number of those at character creation and then a few points here and there on level up. So we have put a number of points into intellect because we're playing a wizard. So we want that additional essence and that elemental resistance to give us a little more survivability in
Hello, Bold
combat.
Alpha.
Now let's turn to our character sheet. You can see that we're level 6. We are close to getting a new level, close enough. We've got our background there. And then our health, essence, stamina, data, all those good stats that you can keep track of over the course of the game. So let's look at abilities. All right, we have put quite a number of points in the wizard ability tree because we're playing as a wizard. The first one we selected was the Wand Mastery passive. This is going to give us the ability to do additional damage with wands. And because we're double wielding wands, that's going to allow us to do a lot of additional damage. And then down below it, we've got the Blood Magic passive. This is a really fun way to play.
Goddamn right,
And definitely one
reality.
of QA's favorites. Blood Magic essentially lets us start casting from our health when we run out of essence. So if we're slinging spells back and forth in combat, we don't have to use an essence potion, we can just start using our health. It's a risky strategy, but it is very powerful. Let's look at Grimoire Mastery. All right, Grimoire Mastery does a number of things. First, it lets us use higher level spells as we upgrade the ability. It also lets us memorize spells from our grimoires. So if you have a grimoire you really like, but you get a new one that's cool and you want to try, you can spec into some of those spells from your previous grimoire and then toss it aside and pick up your new one. Let's look at our active abilities.
Well, in the Grimoire, it's all because of the power of reading.
That's right, we do love to read here at Obsidian. Okay, so active abilities, we've got Corrosive Siphon. This pairs very well with Blood Magic. So essentially with Corrosive Siphon,
No, Space
it uses
Marines
spell down
coming
enemies,
up.
It steals health from them and returns it to you. As a blood
Yeah,
mage, this
Bukkake,
means
I'm
that I
hoping
can
soon
cast
they'll get
more
into
spells
combat
for
and
longer,
exploration.
And I don't have to worry about dying in combat.
I don't want to skip
We're
it
not
because
gonna
I don't know if there are some
Never.
people that
Never
are
die
vibing
doing
with it.
this.
I mean, it is
I
neat
haven't,
to see
and
the
I don't
level
plan on
of
it.
sort of spell. I mean, it doesn't seem to be as great as, or as deep as what's it called, as Baldur's 3, of course, but
Is Arcane Veil. This is your classic magical barrier ability. Because we're playing a wizard, we're wearing light armor. We want to be light, we want to be nimble, move around the battlefield quickly, but that also means we're opened up to a lot of additional damage. Arcane Veil is going to help us catch some of that damage and not take it ourselves. And then down here we've got Bristling Frost. This is a spell we learned from our grimoire.
When you say you're
going
gonna get this game,
are
are you going to buy it or are you going to play it on Game Pass?
Damage to any melee units that come and get up in your business.
They're gonna try. They're not gonna make it though.
No, you won't let them.
That's right.
You're just that good.
Well, let's not go crazy because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna die so many times just now because of this. It's hubris. This is the curse.
And now that we've said it never happens.
Oh, it's totally gonna happen
Yeah.
now.
All right, so our quest beacon is sending us through this tunnel full of water, so let's just have a swim as we go look for the expedition team. All right, it looks like we're coming
I'm
in
excited for
starting
Stalker
this
2, Edward,
old
but you're not excited
workshop. We've
for
got some Audra there,
Indie
attached
at
to
all?
some wires, a number of animancy like devices around. Yeah, so Audra is central to the universe of Pillars of Eternity, where the people, plants,
may be-
animals die, their soul leaves their body, flies.
Calzone says, so like summer 2025, this comes to PS5. Maybe, or maybe actually, now that they moved it to February, maybe that was the real reason they moved it to February, is they want to launch it on PlayStation at the same time.
Into the nearest Audra pillar, and then goes deep into the earth to re-enter the cycle of reincarnation.
Sounds like a lot of work.
But can you argue with the results?
No, you're right.
Mr. Rob,
All right, so it looks like
I'm
we've
just
got
watching
a
this,
Gotham
some of the
sigil
deep dives.
here. Excellent, and a essence generator there in the back. So the essence generator is going to unlock that godless sigil, but let's see what's actually being locked here. Top down in the water. All right, it's a gate. Excellent. Ooh, and there's a chest back there. I want to know what's in that chest, but I don't see an easy way into this room.
I'm trying to ram it.
What?
I'm just gonna try to ram it.
Just try to ram it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not working, so let's go back to that top level and see if there's another place we could look. Just check this area a little more thoroughly. All right, it looks like there's a breakable wall there with an explosion symbol on it. We're not going to be able to break that down with our swords, so we're going to need grenades.
I'm sorry?
Nice.
I was gonna try to ram it again, but I don't think you would have liked if I tried to ram it again.
Here we have an essence generator. This is going to unlock that gate. You can see that it has a electricity symbol on it, so that means we need something with electricity to turn the generator on. For us, that's going to be
Seems a little basic.
A electricity spell,
Like,
or if
oh,
you
this,
have a companion
you know,
with
like,
you who uses
this wall needs a sword. Here's a sword icon. This wall needs an explosion. Here's an explosion icon. Versus kind of like, hey, man, solve it however the fuck you want to solve it. It's kind of not... It seems very not sandboxy at all, actually.
electricity, you could use their ability too. For us, we're going to need an electric lily seed, so why don't we get that equipped?
I finally feel like I'm on a cooking show where something's pre-cooked. You're like, and here's the chicken.
And here's the switch. Yes. You did it. All right, so the generator is running. We've got Got
That's
an
a good point,
accessory
Alpha.
and some crafty materials. Let's pop open the
This is
inventory
not
and see
the
what we
answer to
have.
yellow paint. Yeah, I
Man
can
of
see that.
Transcendent Suffering. So we're going to deal 10% additional damage, but also take 10% additional damage. It's a little risk, a little reward. I think it's going to be fun. Let's equip it.
I like it.
It's not really risk reward. It's
All right.
reward
Swimming,
punishment because
back to
you're not
swimming,
risking
following
it.
our
You're,
quest
you know
beacon
you're going
here.
to take the damage.
It looks like we're coming up on Sargemus's library, an enormous library, which is pretty impressive in the world of Aora, where there is no printing press, so all these books are handwritten. It looks like we also have a number of red dots in our mini-map in the top left corner. That means there's enemies nearby. So, let's deal with these spiders. What do you want to do, Chris?
Oh, I'm going to sneak up on him and
You're
I'm
going
going
to
to
sneak
get
up
him.
on them. All right. Nice. Give me a power attack to that spider. Arcane Veil. Corrosive Siphon. Spread the love around.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Spiders
gets,
love the
everybody gets
corrosive
some.
siphon.
All right,
Yeah.
another power attack on that spider. We're building up that stun meter over time.
I like how Indiana
That's gonna allow us
Jones
to
is
do a
doing
special
it,
attack
though,
when the stun meter's full.
where they're kind of saying it's a
Looks
hard
like
puzzle
Kai said his
or a
companion
real
ability, now
puzzle.
he's taunting that spider, drawing
But if you want to
aggression
use the
away from us,
camera
which is
a couple of
very
times, it'll
nice.
pretty much tell you how
Now
to
we
solve
get
it.
that special attack.
Hit it with
So-
some electricity.
And a little bit of electricity grenades.
Back
It's
off.
kind of roll your
Finish it
own,
with
which
the
I think is
wand.
great.
Awesome.
Easy.
Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep moving. Ooh, it looks like we've got a blocker here, some webs in the way. Thankfully, Kai has an ability that will let us get right past that. Let's use Kai's fire starter ability. And that should burn right away. There we go.
It's always handy to have a useful friend around.
A guy who can do tricks.
Yeah,
He
right?
always has a
Like-
lighter.
And, I'm walking around, I run into a web, I'm like, there it is. I got to get Kai. Call
He's
him up.
dependable. That's what we say about Kai. All right, so
Oh,
I don't
shut
see any
up.
sign of the expedition team, but what I do see are some Zorops and a water beetle. So let's join their party. Ooh, it looks like that damage we did to the water beetle is filled up again because he's being healed by the Zorop Elder. So we're gonna need to take out that Elder right away. Yeah, burn him down with Corrosive Siphon.
Get all my health back.
Looking good. Arcane Veil's active.
It's cool.
We're healed again. Kai's getting in the mix.
Good.
Oh, we got
Good
Bristling
friend to be.
Frost. Excellent. So we're dealing with some accumulated frost
Oh,
damage.
I'm going to get the Zorop up here. Thinks he's cheeky.
Where'd he go?
There he is.
I
Running
wouldn't say
away
it
from
looks
us.
like a
No.
Connect game, PK, but it does look,
Beetle left? Yeah, the Beetle's left.
it's definitely not the world's prettiest game. And it's running at 30.
He's
What?
so fast.
But, the response has been pretty good from people who played
There
it,
you
though.
go. Nice.
Did it.
All right. Done and dusted. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, I
You're
agree,
now
Twisted
that
Sith.
that
I think
is
these
like-
narrators are obnoxious as fuck.
I thought about it.
Okay.
I thought about it, but I was like, no.
All
They're
right.
not funny.
Chris.
They're
Remember
not
that.
charismatic. They're boring and stupid.
Okay, so
They're
we
not
are still
stupid,
looking
but
for
their
the expedition
performance is
team.
stupid.
Let's poke around this area and see if there's anything interesting we can find.
It's like, why even
I
have
see two
them?
godless sigils above a locked gate. And there's something in there these ruins don't want us to get to. Thankfully, there's a wire on the left and a wire on the right. I think those are going to go to the essence generators. So the one on the left was going below us. Let's pop down there and see what we can find.
That's right, Bukaki.
Yes, there
Aha.
it is. All right, that's one down.
Doesn't
Where's
look
the
good.
other?
I mean, I'm excited for it because the pedigree of the team, people who have played it are saying good things about it. But it's like, am I really playing a game that's supposed to be, we sacrifice frame rate, we sacrifice graphics, we're not spending all of our money on effects and super high-end rigging and animation systems because we want it to be a game like Wasteland 3 or something that just is filled with player choice. And I'm like, okay, that I'm in. I will take those sacrifices because the gameplay is worth it. But this is like, oh, I have to get into that room. There are 3 reactors I have to... how many fucking times have I done that fucking mission in a game? Eddie T says it looks very Xbox and it's going to be like a 67 on Metacritic. I hope not. I really hope not. I want a game like this. But, you know, hey, George, 35 months, man. Thank you, buddy. He says, Jaffe, when do we get another I Love the Weird? You get another I Love the Weird this week, in fact. Lou Elizondo's book, Disclosure, I don't think it's called Disclosure, but about UFOs is out, and I'm going through that in interviews that he's done with that. So we can talk about that along with a bunch of other stuff. It'll be this week. Thank you, buddy, for that support. Why don't I finish Baldur's Gate 3? Because I was so far into it, I worry I'm going to come back and be like, what the fuck was I doing?
Should be close by. It was right off to the right. Oh, there it is in that gap.
Right, oh,
on the left.
Right there,
left.
right there, right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Got it. Boom.
Nice. All right, with both those
Nice.
signals activated, the gate is open. We can get our prize.
This is so
from the
dumb.
sarcophagus. Bitter bonding. Let's check that out.
All right.
All right, 10% of weapon damage restored as health. This is going to be super helpful for us as blood mages. So as we're doing damage, we're going to get a little bit of health back. That sounds fun to me. Let's equip it.
You got it. Pardon me, Kai.
All right. So I think we're near the relic. We haven't seen the expedition team yet, but we might as well pick up the relic while we're here.
There's the relic.
It's really shiny.
Can't be as easy as just grabbing it. Can it?
Ooh. But I don't think the ruins liked us taking that relic.
Oh, yeah. Wasteland 3 was
So
awesome.
we had a bit of an earthquake, and it spawned some skeletons.
Hello, friends.
Hope you're ready for a skeleton fight.
Yeah. Always ready for a skeleton fight.
Shut
What they always
up.
say about me.
Christian,
You know,
always
Chris,
ready for a
always
skeleton.
ready for a skeleton fight.
Okay. Look at all the skeletons. Hope you're ready for a skeleton fight, she says. Oh, I'm always ready for a skeleton fight. Yeah, that's what they say about me. Oh, yeah, Kristen, always always ready for a skeleton. What a waste. What a fucking waste of speech. Shut up. Whose idea was this?
There, Kai's doing some help for us over here. Excellent. I think we've got some rangers on the left. We should deal with them right away. Yeah, they're going to be no fun. Raining arrows down on us. All right, that's one down. Tower attack.
Every new word more useless than the last.
As he jumps.
As Chris
Nice.
Farley
So
said.
stylish.
With the lightning.
Very
Oh, is there one
stylish.
more?
That's right.
Is
We
there
got
another
you.
one?
I'm being sloppy. Where'd he go? There he is.
Oh, he
I will
always
say
this guy.
this
He always
deep
the fighter.
dive,
Yes, absolutely.
even though I will
Yeah,
play it
something
day
different.
one
All
because
right,
it's
so
on
he's
Game
got his
Pass, if
shield.
this was not a Game Pass
We're
game,
going to need to break
um,
his defense in order to deal
no
damage to
fucking
him.
way. I would
That's
be
why
waiting
Chris
for
is on the
reviews.
power
I'm
attack.
excited because the
Chris
team
is gonna use Kai's companion ability to hit
and
that
people who have
skeleton,
played
and
it
he's
seem
toast.
positive, but if
Now
this
we've
is
got a
all I
boss-
knew coming out of
boss
Gamescom,
executioner.
Try again, try again.
Try again.
It's okay.
I would be
This guy
like,
hits hard,
oh
and
god,
he
oh
has
hell
a
no.
very extensive range, so we want to
This looks
stay-
like a
He did get me.
we
budget
want to stay
game.
out of his reach.
I don't mean visually, although it
Ooh, it
does.
looks like he's being healed. Oh, there's a priest up there. We got to get him right away.
We're gonna get you.
Arcane Veil active. Corrosive Siphon.
Melting you down. No more healing.
Melt down that
done with
priest.
that.
Excellent. All right, now we can finally do some damage to the
Stoner
Goddess
Joe, you got
Executioner.
him right.
Ooh. Good thing we have Arcane Veil active. All right, we're building up some nice stun. He's taking frost damage. He's frozen now.
Maybe he should let it go.
Oh, God.
All right.
All
Ooh.
right. Maybe Kai wants to get in on this too.
Kai gives us a hand. Oh. And Kai finishes him off. Thank you, Kai.
Such a good buddy.
Well, we still got a few more skeletons to mop up. All right. Hit him with a electric lily.
Oh,
We're
no.
going to need to break his defense before we can do
Yeah.
some damage on him.
All right, I have to stop messing around. One
Oh,
moment.
Chris.
One moment.
There you go.
For
Get
us
that
to
health back.
Oh, it didn't work. I got potions.
All right.
Where are they
Resorting to a
at? They're
potion.
over here.
I can't believe it.
I know, it's the first time all day too.
All right, there's the ranger.
This.
I'm hoping I'll like this game, False Reality. I'm
Yeah,
very
come into
interested
my
in it
electric pool of fun.
for all the reasons I said, but this is not
You, sir.
Well done.
I've had it with you. Yes.
Bristling Frost does it again.
All right, Kai, I need some help. Thank you.
Thankfully,
And
Kai's
again.
here to give us a hand.
Boom. See?
Awesome.
You were
So
worried?
we built up that stun meter, and now we got to use a special attack. I wasn't worried at all.
Okay. I was a little worried. I was a little worried. That's everybody.
All right, I was a little worried.
Okay.
Oh
Okay,
my
it
god.
looks like the fight is through, so we can keep going. Ooh, it looks like that earthquake caused some roots to grow and this area to flood, giving us a new way out of this zone. Our quest has also updated there on the left side of the screen. Now we
Bobo,
have
I
a
don't
few
even know what
new
that is.
objectives.
What is
At
that?
this point, we have a few options. We can go back to town, Parodies, and look around the Adiran Embassy and see if there's anybody who wants this relic that we've grabbed. Or we can go back to the
George,
Oracle
this
and
is,
say, hey, I got your relic, and see what he does with it. Or we can continue looking for the Adiran Expedition team, which we still have not found.
Avowed.
And it's looking like one of our quest beacons has turned into an area.
So what she just said there is the first interesting thing I've heard the whole deep dive, where she's like, now that they have the relic, we can go back to town and see if anyone's interested. We can go back to the guy who sent us in, or we can keep looking for the team. I mean, that's cool. I like that's what they've been pitching about this game, which is kind of the sense of freedom to kind of write your own narrative to some extent. I think that's cool. But I don't know how it actually pays off though.
Beacon. It's that little circle inside the larger mini-map circle. That means there's something more to find in this area, so we maybe need
I don't
to
mind the
look
way
around.
it looks. I'm just,
Hey, I see a purple crack in the floor.
if you're going to look like this, you better bring other stuff that's impressive.
Through this
Because it
ivy.
looks like
I bet there's
this does
something
not
back
look
here.
current gen. This looks like it's,
Ooh, a hole in the floor. Perfect.
you know,
Kai
yeah,
does
it's
not like the
obsidians.
vibes. Oh.
This
Looks
doesn't
like
look
it,
good.
No.
Not
Looks
at
like it
all.
might be the Adiran Expedition team.
Oof. This is
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, that's the Expedition Leader's Journal. That's too bad.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here? They can't have come the same way we did. We swam here. What's stranger is there's not a scratch on them. No sign of what killed them.
Oh, okay, Bulbo. Was
It's
it good?
like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
Looks like we passed this intellect check, so I want to select this one.
Okay.
They didn't get locked in here on their own. The Oracle put them here.
We're using our big brain. Problem solving.
That's right.
Here's an idea. This temple is full of old animancy equipment. Could
Fuck you,
he be
Bukaki.
building a giant animat? I've heard of those, but I've never seen one. They're suits of armor brought to life by bound souls, right? The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right?
Let's go ask
Who
him.
is Garrus? I don't know who the
You're
fuck
gonna do the
Garrus
crack?
is. Why do you guys
Try.
use that?
I can't do it either. Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Whatever the Oracle has planned for that relic, and for us, it can't be good, Envoy. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire.
Gotcha.
Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
So Kai is right to be concerned. He thinks the Oracle might be engaging in animancy, which in the world of Eora is a little dicey. Animancers have a pretty poor reputation, and honestly, in much of the world, animancy is illegal.
Never played Mass
or
Effect, no.
really frowned upon. Animancers are soul scientists. They use essence, or the stuff that souls are made of, to enact great magical works in the world, but also a lot of tragic stuff. So let's go talk to the Oracle and see what he has to say for himself.
He's got a perfectly reasonable explanation. He seems, you know,
It's gonna be
on the up
normal.
and up. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are just things that people do.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
I found the bodies of the expedition team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
Let's see. It looks like we passed this perception check. You're gonna put their souls in your statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god.
How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I do carry it.
We do.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue,
I'll answer the chat in a second. I'm engaged in this story real quick.
Him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest.
Do it.
Will you do it?
I mean, we could just give it to him and he could go up there and
What
do
do you
it.
think?
We gotta go up there and do it too?
I want to
Okay,
do the cool
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Yes, I will put the relic in
All
the
right.
statue. I want to see where this is going to go.
Once you have placed the splinter into the statue,
I'm just saying he could go up there and do it. Like,
He's 600 years old. Give him a break. He's got brittle bones.
all right. All right, guy. This time I'll bring it up there, but next time,
It's your turn.
yeah, you're gonna fight the skeletons.
All right, let's hop up on the scaffolding.
Machine
Get
XP,
the
which
relic
footage,
in
which game?
there. Nice.
there we are. Now, to fill the statue with essence. Do me the honor of pulling the lever, just there. And my lord will
All right, let's do
return
it.
to face justice. Any moment of my god Aethys, are you there? No, it's not working.
How long was he working on this again?
A few years.
Oof, this is gonna be awkward conversation.
Yeah. Let's see what.
Tatum, this
see what
is
he has to say.
Avowed.
My lord Aethys has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My cousin, will you join my holy work and lend your chime to the cause?
So this chime that Sargemus is talking about is unique to godlikes. Only godlikes have a chime. It's what the gods give them before they're born to mark them as their own. As a godlike of Aethys, Sargemus has a chime given to him by Aethys. As a godlike of an unknown god, we also have a chime. So what?
So, okay, let me get some chats real quick. But first off, JJD, thank you, buddy, for joining the Diet Citizen Soldiers. I appreciate it. Great to have you here. Thank you, sir. JJD says the woman has about as much charisma as the Australian breakdancer. I know. Oh, I know. I still can't get my head around what that was about. People have tried to explain it to me, and I still don't fucking understand. Welcome, sir. Thank you. Good to have you, man. Thank you for that support. So it's weird. Look, it is good they moved it to February because there's no way that I'm going to play this over other things. But this is one of those things because it's free on Game Pass. I'll give it a try. Like I could see myself going, hey, I can get wrapped up in the narrative. It's clear they've put a lot of work and love into the lore and the narrative and the conversations but the moment to moment gameplay though, does not, interest me yet. I'm not uninterested. I don't think it's terrible, but I just think it's very, it almost looks like a mid, like it's not an Xbox 360 game, of course, but it's kind of like a launch PS4 game or something. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't seem like it's fun to play. So it feels like this could be Redfall, in the sense that there's some interesting things going on in it, but I don't know if I want to spend too much time with it is what I would say. Yeah. Oh, I have the Mass Effect trilogy, Bukkake. I've just never played it, and there's so much to play. I probably don't have a lot of time.
What he's essentially asking us is, will you give up what makes you special and die for my experiment? And at this point, we have a few options. We can say, sure, Sargamus, I would love to die for your statue. Or we can try to convince him that actually he should die. As a god like Aetheus is probably going to want his chime and not mine. Or we can attack him. I kind of
What do you
want
want
to
to do?
attack
You want to attack him?
I want to attack him.
We've
He's got a glowing sword. I want that sword.
Yes, we've been too nice to him today.
There's nothing to fear. You won't feel a thing.
Give him
All right,
a
good
moment
luck.
to get settled.
Ooh, he's fast.
He is fast. See, he's just acting like he's old. He's not that old.
Building up some good stun.
I'm a little out of breath.
Ooh.
Well, I agree with you, Bukkake. The presenters are terrible.
Kai doing some work.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm
no.
okay.
All right, second wind is
Second
activated.
win.
We're up.
See, still not a death
Down but not
technically.
out.
Not a death.
Bristling Frost activated. Let's just do some
There we
frost
go.
accumulation. Arcane
Oh yeah, I don't care about
Nice.
30 frames. It doesn't bother me.
I will take some of the aggro.
Kai's using his companion ability. Now he's drawn the aggression. That's going to be really helpful for us.
Grenade action.
A little power
and
attack, grenade.
Boom. Kai gets left.
Oh.
Perfect. Perfect.
Well done.
They'll put that in.
Well done.
Thank you.
Let's loot his body.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right. He's got a great sword. Last light of day.
Right,
Can we
George,
put
I'm with you.
that,
Of course. Ooh.
Beautiful. All right.
It's cool.
So
You got a
that's
good
not
sword.
the end of this quest, but it is the end of our time together. So thank you so much for looking at Avowed. We were
Okay, so I'm not going to watch this whole Avowed thing here. I just want to jump to the end because GameSpot went hands-on, and IGN gave it a really good response. And GameSpot says this game refreshes the fantasy action genre. So let's just see like the last minute of what GameSpot said, because now that we've watched this, I don't. It doesn't leave a great first impression. That's for fucking sure. It doesn't look terrible at all. It just looks like, it easily could be Redfall, is what it feels like. But we'll see.
I'm Dave, here with Kurt.
I don't give a fuck.
But also like pirate elements because you have like muskets and such. But there's also like these group of characters that look like knights. So like there's a hodgepodge of like different elements and aesthetics going into play that I think will like instantly separate this and give it an identity its own. I don't think it'll be impossible for people to have comparisons because you need something to pull.
At some point, someone in his life must have told him that mustache works for you, but it doesn't. It doesn't work for anyone except John Waters, and that's just because it's shtick. Really? Who told him that?
But I think it'll be like it's just a very good, refreshing, from what I played, refreshing sort of like take on a genre that I love. And it feels like, again, like solutions are being given in ways that feel like fresh and cool. So it has an identity. And besides, I love the Elder Scrolls games. I think there's really good writing in those games, but the Obsidian flair. That team is so good at like evoking personality and like every line and like even like the way characters move is just their facial expressions and stuff. You know, is kind of unmatched in my opinion, or at least just so distinct to what Obsidian does and has always done really well. I mean, for God's sakes, you know, it's like Obsidian has people there who are responsible for these genres sort of like coming into form in a video game medium.
And hey, it sounds like it's a big pie to, you know, let me.
Yeah.
That was a terrible analogy. It sounds worth the wait. I'm excited. I've stalked you.
Sounds like
Yeah. Okay. I mean, so yeah, and you're saying Destin liked it over on IGN as well. So that's, you know, like I said, I agree with yours though. It's good it's on Game Pass. Otherwise, I think it would be pretty fucking difficult to get people that interested. Jaffe, if you were working with them, what would you have told them to stop, delay, or cancel this game? I mean, assuming that I had the freedom to do that. I mean, based simply on that preview we saw, I'd say, this is probably not ready. But it sounds like people who have played it are having a really good time with it. So, all right, let's look at Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2. This is from GameStop as well. Is it fun for a Warhammer novice, is what they're asking. Let's find out together, shall we, fellas and Valettes? Here we go.
We're here at Gamescom 2024, and we're going to talk about Space Marine 2. I've played a bunch of Space Marine 2, I did our preview on it, but you're not a big Warhammer guy, so I wanted you to play a bit so I could, you know, get a sense of what someone outside of the hobby or the fandom might think. So tell me about your experience.
So firstly, my history with Warhammer is basically non-existent. I once traded some Pokemon cards for a Warhammer tank from a friend when I was at school. Other than from working with you, very little knowledge of anything to do with Warhammer. I know you're really excited for Space Marine 2, and the good news is that I think it's really good.
You didn't want to tell me what you thought of it when you came out of the preview, and I was like, did you like it?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to keep you in, but no, I think it's really good. I think first impressions are that it looks spectacular, as you'll know from having played the demo a little while ago. As soon as you get control, you're kind of walking across a big bridge, and there's huge grand buildings. There's lots of things to see, like some great scene setting stuff of people being executed for cowardice. You've got like a rally of troops being shouted at by their sergeant. You've got a guy burning a corpse of a big bug thing.
Actually, think that's called a tyrannid.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you know.
Sorry, comment section.
Yeah.
I got this.
That's all like really good scene setting stuff. Like, it really is great
It does look
at
good, yeah.
establishing a tone and kind of, you know, even for someone like me who knows very little about the setting, the lore, etc., you're like, I get what this is doing, and it's doing it really well. Once the kind of actual kind of nuts and bolts of the gameplay starts, I think it's really good. Like it's surprisingly melee focused. I wasn't necessarily.
That's pretty great though, all the blood,
that.
man.
Everything feels really chunky, really like kind of brutal.
It's got some heft to it.
Got some serious heft to it. Everything you shoot is like exploding in.
Now this looks like it's running at 30
frames too.
executions
and stuff. They're like really reveling in the level of gore and just kind of maximalist violence that you would probably expect from this game, I'd imagine. You know, having read your preview and having talked to you about it, whenever you talk about Space Marine and how it feels to play it, you're very passionate about how it makes you feel like, you know, a specific type of character within a specific like group of you know, like adhering to a specific doctrine and all this kind of stuff. I don't know any of that. All I know is like from trailers and like key art,
awesome.
You're playing a big guy in a big suit of armor, right? So in terms of that, in terms of what you want from a game that is advertising itself as like play as a Space Marine, a big guy in a massive suit of armor, I think it massively delivers on that. The feeling of seeing a horde of
Tyranids.
Nailed it. See, he's learning.
Like bursting through and having the kind of arrogance to know that you're like, yeah, I'm just going to like wade through all of these.
This is next month,
It's
right?
Absolutely fine. That's all great. Like mechanically, felt really good to play. I think the obvious comparisons to
Hello,
me
Zack.
seem to be like Gears of War. Obviously, like over-the-shoulder action. Obviously, you're not taking cover, but you know,
In Space Marine 2, you are the cover.
yeah, big chunky lads with big chunky guns
Oh, wow,
shooting bugs,
soon.
right?
Excellent.
So, and also similarly, Helldivers 2 played a lot of that this year. Similar feeling of kind of just
It's single
you're
player, though,
staring
right?
at a wall of disgusting creatures and just mowing them all down and having a great time while doing it. The thing that also reminded me of, which
I like
again
Bolt
seems
Gun
like
from
probably quite an
Warhammer.
obvious comparison, Doom and Doom Eternal, the modern Doom games, the obvious comparison, which is that you're shooting and smashing. It's got executions which are very much like glory kills, and it's like just fountains of blood everywhere, right? That's all obvious. But the thing that actually really stuck out to me is how colourful
Multiplayer
it
co-op.
is.
Okay, cool.
The word that is, you know, often used to describe Warhammer is grimdark, but actually, like, there's a lot of colour on screen. It's very vibrant, like all the particle effects and like the magic. It's such an entertaining game to look at. And assuming that the whole game isn't set within the same kind
The
of
big
like,
guy's head
you know,
and spinal
gothic
cord
industrial
embedded
future cathedrals with
into the
lots of,
armor. Which
you
big
know,
guy? Not who you
steaming
play,
pipes
right?
and stuff like that in it. Assuming they use this kind of same engine and like mix it up on different planets and stuff, I'm really excited to check out more of the game and hopefully see like a lot of variety in terms of
Yeah, Bolt Gun's fun.
visually,
It gets repetitive, but it's
what the
fun.
game has to offer. 'Cause I
And
think,
then the game we
you know,
just saw a minute ago,
it's a very
Avowed,
visually
though,
striking
that's only single
game.
player,
And
correct? There's
yeah,
no
I mean,
multiplayer
I
in
had
that.
a
The co-op,
I had a
is
lot
there?
of fun playing it. It feels like it's gonna satisfy people who want a
immediate.
See, if you're
reward.
PlayStation, you should have gotten this
Like,
day one
if that's
PS
how you want
Plus.
to engage with this game, it is all there for you. You know, you swing a big sword, a creature explodes with blood. Great. That's what you want from this experience. From speaking to you, I feel like it's probably going to satisfy the Warhammer nerds.
Oh yeah.
Space
in
Marine
terms
2
of
film gamer.
Lore, story.
You don't
seeing
think so?
things
You don't think that would be a
have,
good get
maybe
for
not been
PS
particularly
Plus?
games before,
Bold Alpha?
in
Alpha Wolf?
very lush-looking, you know, up-to-date graphics and you know particle effects and all you know all that kind of jazz. It's a very kind of AAA looking game, if that's a phrase that we're still using.
That's
Absolutely,
awesome.
I mean,
That's great.
I'm really glad to hear that you get it. Like you don't have
Yeah,
all the
awesome
established,
Tatum.
like,
I love
lore
that.
knowledge. 'Cause
Um,
that was one thing I was
and
really
that's why
interested to
probably
talk
why
about
I'm
is that
enjoying
I can't unlearn the many books and
Wukong.
nerdy hours spent within the Warhammer franchise. So all of the things that I was locking in on, it was like, oh, I can't not
A
take
lot
in
of people
Warhammer,
want to
but
own their
the fact
video
that you
games.
still
I'm not one of those
got, like,
people,
that,
but
like,
you know.
oh yeah, I feel what they're trying to communicate here from seeing that commissar, from seeing the sergeant
Looks so
shouting
fun.
orders and rallying his troops to, you know, delivering on the power fantasy of being a big guy, not bothered about seeing a wave of horrible alien creatures coming at you. Like that for me was one of the
Oh,
things
gotcha,
I was
Alpha
really
Wolf.
hoping Space
This
Marine
looks
2
so fun.
was going to nail.
Could
And I
be
had faith they were
repetitive,
going to nail
but
it, but I really had no way of
or
knowing
like that
if
Evil
it
West
would,
game. It still looks
because
great.
I'm already in.
So one thing I would say is that as somebody who is not connected to the universe at all, I am
So cool.
interested to know how much kind of value there's going to be in the story, because the characters that
I don't
encountered
care.
in this demo are
Hang on,
all,
I'll answer that in a
I
minute.
would say extremely
Oh,
well
on
known.
GeForce?
In an
Yeah, fuck
in an
yeah.
almost like Helldivers way, right? That kind of absolutely insane kind of dedication to this like mad Imperium thing.
Nailed it.
If it's literally just like all the story has to offer is like Imperium guys shoot bugs and other guys until the Empire wins, nice one, see you later, then I think it's going to get very tedious spending all that time with these characters who are just like, for the Emperor, blah, 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 like, you know, or everything they say is in that mode of like, I am a big, like, guy and I want to kill lots of things, right? On the one hand, like, that's what you want from this game. On the other hand, it's not going to, like, necessarily hold my interest in a narrative way, if that's all it is. But I'm hopeful that, you know, there was some kind of, like, interesting...
I'd much rather just have
like,
neat new levels and mechanics. I don't need the
some
narrative.
people who are, like, wearing things, and then other guys appear, and, like, space stuff is happening, right? Like, cool. Like, give me more stuff to look at and enjoy. But I hope there's also, like, characters or events that I care about without having to be, like, read up on the Warhammer lore.
Well, the original Space Marine did do that very well, and again, it's hard to separate my thoughts because like I said, I know a lot of the background information, but doing my best to separate that and hearing some of the way the characters have been speaking so far, as I say, I play the same build as you, I'm confident that there will be things that someone like yourself will be able to pick up on. You might not be as engaged with the minutiae of it, but I'm hoping, and I'm fairly confident from what I've sort of read and seen so far, that, or at least I hope, that the overarching story will still resonate with you as well, because Warhammer can do that very well, but as you say, there are all those little details visually and in the story and dialogue that I was thinking, you know, is this going to be just too much or like just a bit overwhelming for people to just sit and listen to when a sentence has like 4 words in it that you need to consult the glossary for?
Yeah, there's like 2 levels on which I think...
Oh my God, we get it. Stop talking about it. I understand.
Like, right, see,
you don't need to say it anymore. Shut the fuck up, this guy. Yes, you want something more than just the surface. For you, you need the narrative, and you're not seeing that. And then this other guy's saying, it'll probably be there. Well, yes, but let me explain again what I just said. Oh, no, I hear you. It'll be there. Yes, but I need to tell you again. Shut the fuck up.
You know, in like Dune, there are certain like sci-fi things going on that
yes,
you just have to kind of like absorb, and because the film's like moving on.
We get it. You're not talking about how to do brain surgery. And we're like, can you explain the part where you want to make sure you don't slice into the medulla oblongata if you push too hard with the scalpel? We understand, you moron.
The space stuff at the end, like weird freaky lads with visors on and priest robes and all this kind of stuff. I wasn't there just like pointing at the screen going, I don't understand.
I know!
Like,
I know
the vibe of
what you're saying.
Again, I think the game does that really well. It communicates a specific kind of vibe and atmosphere, and you can learn a lot even just by looking at it. I'm hoping that there'll be plenty to enjoy on that level.
I know you are, man. I hate him.
Even if the lore stuff is
still
not
talking.
Read up on.
The convention center has been shut down.
It's going to be like big guys doing big guys
for
like 10 hours with very little kind of light and shade in terms of story. Maybe that's not going to hold my interest quite as long.
Well, overall, are you excited to play again?
Yeah, I would. I'd definitely play it again. And I know that.
Okay. He says, are you going to play again? And he says, I definitely would play again. If he says this one more time. Hey, Super Joe, bro. Good to see you, buddy. I appreciate that Amazon Prime over there on the Twitch. He says, why hasn't there been any new content in the Patreon? Oh, I know, Super Joe, bro. I'm inches away from just killing the Patreon. It's all I can do to make enough content to satisfy the YouTube channel, which is where most people are. I want to be on Patreon because I know people have asked for it, but it's like a total additional thing, and I just got to make sure it's worth it time-wise. I apologize. I'm going to put some content over there, but I'm with you, buddy. I apologize about that. But thank you for the sub over on the Twitch, man. If he says this again, though, here he goes.
That from what you've said in your kind of longer and more in-depth and more knowledgeable preview, that you can find on our site and youtube.com/GameSpot.
Nice.
That you know, there's like co-op stuff, and I remember you saying that the stuff you do in the co-op kind of happens in tandem with the main campaign, and like there's like a big bug thing that's controlling all the little bugs, and you kill the big bug guy in the co-op thing, and that's an event that you then see from.
It's called a card
people.
effect.
Yeah, just dub me with the right stuff in the edit. Like, that's interesting. That's cool, and like, it would be a fun game, I think, to play with your friends. And
we'll play.
Yeah.
We'll play. Don't you
Good.
worry.
Yeah.
We'll play Warhammer. Well, we don't have to wait too much longer to actually play it. It's coming out very soon, so make sure you stay subscribed to GameSpot because we have a lot of Space Marine 2 content coming. But first, you get to check out all of our Gamescom stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm telling you, fellas. Yeah, and that shoulder rub was awkward as fuck. JJD, let's watch that again. Something was weird about that.
Like, that's interesting. That's cool, and like, it would be a fun game, I think, to play with your friends. And
we'll play.
Yeah.
We'll play. Don't you
Good.
worry.
Yeah.
We'll play Warhammer. Well, we don't have to wait too much longer.
I hate them. Alexa, stop. I hate them. Okay. I mean, come on now. Come on now. All right. All right. Look, I'm excited for the game, even though it looks like a $30 game. Like, visually, it doesn't. Hello Machine XP, it doesn't. It looks beautiful. But it does look like it's going to be very, very samey. You know. And I don't know if, you know. I'm just so disturbed by these two. I'm sorry, I have to focus. Super Joe Bro says, gotcha. Where's the best place for me to catch content? YouTube is the best place. YouTube is kind of the main hub, and I'm trying to make it acceptable for people. Because a lot of people have said, Jaffe, we don't want to give YouTube our money. Can you be a Patreon? But, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Alexa was about to tell me... Oh, I have a meeting tomorrow at 12, is what she was going to tell me. Okay. All right. Do we want to look at one more of these? Do we want to look at... Somebody was saying that the Dragon Age gameplay thing was really good. Let's at least watch a few minutes of it. Ooh, on GeForce, you goddamn right. Okay, well, first let's just watch this. It's only 40 seconds. I just want to see what it's going to look like when I play it, because I'm playing it on the GeForce, baby. Doesn't look as good as Wukong, I'll tell you that. Well, this can't be the trailer. This is just 40 seconds. You're saying the combat looks good. Are you saying there's kind of like a walkthrough of it? Somebody was telling me, oh, it's a Halloween game. A lot coming out in October. All right, here's new gameplay. All right, let's watch. It's like 5 minutes. Let's watch this. Oh, on Patreon, how many is a lot of people? I mean, not like thousands, but like maybe 40, 50, 60 people over the course of the last year have asked me. And I tried, but I just, you know. Shut up, Jaffe. Shut up, Jaffe. You shut up. All right, here we go. Okay, hang on. Rook and their companions can deploy different tools such as area of effect attacks to uniquely manage various enemies. Okay. The combat definitely looks better than Baldur's Gate, that's for fucking sure. Which doesn't mean anything. I mean, if the systems aren't there for a game like this, that's what matters, but it looks a lot more fun. Video games are the best. I got to play them when they first came out. I got to make a bunch of them. And now I get to just talk about them all day. Come on. Come on. What did you like? And play them. All right, thank you, Super Joe Bro. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, combat's looking a lot better. Jaffe, this game you must buy, or is it on a service? It's probably going to be on EA Play, I think, or at least a trial. So, you know, I'll play it for 10 hours. If I like it, I'll buy it. That's cool. Yeah, I remember, I guess the first game where I did this was, I didn't play much Knights of the Old Republic, but that was the first game I can remember where you could pause the combat and go into turn-based or action. But, and I know Inquisition did that, but I'm trying to remember how it felt to, I guess you could do that in Baldur's 2? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I'm getting Ubisoft Plus for Star Wars, and then keeping it for Shadows, AC Shadows. Why was Jaffe ragging on the patron video pic? What are you talking about? Wait, did he just target that guy's leg? Can you target body parts, or that just looked like that? Hang on. Was that a different enemy? What is that? Oh, a different enemy. Okay. Yeah, and then when I have it, there's some Ubisoft stuff I like. I love their racing game. It's so much fun. And I also love, I want to spend more time with the Prince of Persia 2.5D game. I only played the demo, thought it was really good. Ubisoft Plus is out of stock? What does that even mean? It's a service. How can a service be out of stock? Embargo comes up tomorrow, 5 a.m. California time. I'll be up early talking about it, probably. If not, it'll certainly be on tomorrow afternoon's show. I know a few people who've already played it and reviewed it, though, and say it's pretty good, but I don't know if they're the norm or if they're the unicorns. What video is too short, Bold Alpha? This video? Yeah, for Star Wars. No, I said that the video, somebody said, hey, Jaffe, this is a good video. And I was like, I thought it was going to be a long, like, deep dive, and it's not. It's just a... Yeah, there you go.
How's it going, everybody? Mr. Holton here, and today BioWare showcased...
Okay, you're saying it's out of stock? I got to go check that out real quick. I find that hard to believe. I'm not saying you're wrong. Maybe they're just like... They're like, look... I mean, can you... What a shit move if that's what they... Yes, blah. What a shit move if that's what they did. If they basically said, we're going to pull this... hang on. Let me turn off my green screen so I can try to subscribe to it. Because, boy, can you imagine if they're like, okay, when we have a game people actually want, we're going to... I mean, it's such a Ubisoft fucking thing to do. I wouldn't put it past them. But who knows? Okay. All right. Let me see. Log in. Hang on. I just lost my... Here it is. Hang on. I lost my super chat. I'm not my super chat, my YouTube chat. Let me pop out the chat. Oh, I get that he's not in the U.S., but I want to make sure the U.S. isn't doing it. Okay, join now. Premium. $20 a month. Choose this plan. Well, it's definitely not letting me choose it. I'm clicking it and it's not doing anything. So, yeah, well they would want to force you to... What the fuck? Ubisoft? Hey, Bold Alpha Wolf, you old knucklehead. That is insanely generous. Thank you, buddy. Bold Alpha Wolf steps up to the plate. He says, hey, take my money, bitches. I'm going to give 5 memberships. Thank you, bud. AJ Burris, the Zeke, Moonglow, Tim J, and I Don't Care podcasts. A very apathetic podcast. Here's the shit we don't care about. Have all gotten subs to the Jaffe stream. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Bold Alpha Wolf. Well, this is concerning because they can go fuck themselves if that's the case. How lame. All right, well, I'll do a little looking into it. Yeah, it's $18 a month. It's not working, but it's not saying anything like it's out of stock. Here, I'll show you what it's doing. This is what I'm seeing on my screen. So if I go here and I say choose this plan, it just does this. And if I go yearly, like it just literally isn't letting me choose anything. But it may be, but you were getting a message that was saying, what? That it was out of stock? That's really weird. Okay, Ubisoft Plus. Let me see if I can sign up for it. Overview. Okay, join now. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, I'll have to look into it. That's very strange, man. Very lame. Very fucking lame. I don't have ad block on, no, because it slows Chrome down. Here, I'll go to a different browser real quick. Let's go. Oh, I don't have Firefox installed, so I can't. Yeah, I can't. That's really weird, you guys. Hopefully it's just a bug. It's not working for you either, Bulbo. Interesting. Horse shit, my friends. All right, well, that would be the word. What the fuck? Here, let's go to Twitter and see if people are talking about it on Twitter. Okay. Let's just post something. All right, let's see what people say. Okay, mobile's letting you do it. Okay, maybe it's just bugged or too many people are trying. Bulbo says, "Will you pay $100 for early access? What game? Tuesday. Which game is $100 come Tuesday?" Oh, I agree, Darth Nugget. It's probably not a bad thing. It's just, I'm suspicious because it's Ubisoft. So, all right, fellas. Well, there's our deep dive. We went through. What do we start with? I really liked the first game we looked at. Silent Hill seems very rote, but still solid. And then Avowed, because people have played it and said it's good. I'm still interested, and it's on Game Pass. But boy, that was a terrible deep dive Obsidian put out. It was so dull for the most part. Space Marine looks great. Dragon Age, the combat trailer they just put out looks great. So I'm all caught up. I hope you are as well. Tomorrow morning we have Star Wars Outlaws reviews. We have Kirkland Gray coming on the show for a little bit, either in the afternoon or in the morning to talk about it. He's played it. He's reviewed it. His review goes up 5 a.m. with everybody else's tomorrow morning. And then we're just talking game news. So I appreciate it, fellas. I'm going to play a little bit offline tonight before I hit the hay of more Wukong. Loving that game. New subs, thank you. Alpha Wolf, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. And that's it, fellas. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the company members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, supporting the channel. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow or in the future. All right, bye, you guys. That used to have music. I don't know where it went. Be well.